Philippe Le Sourd, congratulations on your Oscar nomination for The Grandmaster. Tell us about the morning of receiving the news.
Oh, it was not a morning; it was an afternoon, and
Right.
I was in the cinema actually. So my wife called me. So that's something very nice to share with your wife about that, and especially the fact I went for 3 years, almost 3 years in China. So I was very far away from my family. So it was a very, very nice, achievement to receive something like that. A nomination is something amazing to receive on your life, I think.
Oh, absolutely. It's such an acknowledgement of your very hard work on the film. You also received a nomination from your fellow cinematographers at the ASC. You're among seven finalists there. That was, I think, a week before the Oscars. When you received that nomination, that might have come out of the blue for you, but was that also quite exciting? And did it also make you think maybe you might have had a chance for a nomination at the Oscars?
No, it was a surprise. I didn't think about, a nomination for the Oscar or a nomination from RCS. So it was an amazing surprise. So wait a moment. The family, yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah. So no, I didn't expect anything. Already to make this movie and to be able to achieve it was already a lot. So to work with Kawai was already, an achievement and somehow for the work we did together. So to receive this nomination, an RCS and an Oscar, I think was a great gift at the end. So no, I didn't have any expectation.
Tell us about how you became involved in the project with Wong Kar-wai.
I worked with Wong Kar-wai on a few commercials and a few years ago already, and I did some short movie with him in China. And when I met him in 2009 in Paris, he asked me if I want to do a documentary about martial artists. So and Kar-wai was doing for 1 year in China and meeting martial art people, and they asked me if I want to join him for 6 months in China. So it was already a long journey, 6 months in China, because I was the only one West people going in China. I didn't speak Chinese. I didn't know anything about almost this period. I read, Man's Fate from Malraux and The Last Emperor I saw from Bertolucci, but that was my knowledge about, this period in China. So it was amazing discovery every day, and especially the fact Kar-wai didn't have a script, so I went to China with no script. So expecting what could be the journey. So
Yeah.
and every day was a discovery about a new page of script, because you will be receiving every day a new page, and sometimes a scene could we could shoot for 2 days and sometimes for 2 months, and even to reshoot for 3 years later. So
Wow.
so it's a very, very different experience, I would say, compared to any movie.
Oh, absolutely. Now, what would you think? What would you say was the most challenging aspect of the film? Were the more quiet, dramatic moments, or the more bombastic martial arts moments and shots more challenging for you to shoot?
I think the most challenging at the end is you don't know exactly how the film's going to be and what the film's going to be. That was the most challenging, and you have to think that for 3 years on your life you end up with a film that you work so hard, because you shoot almost sometimes 7 days a week with no rest in China, that what's going to be at the end, what will be the film, and even we shot some scenes that is going to be there or not, some scenes going to be at the middle or the beginning of the film. You have no idea, and the challenge was to keep consistent the light and the look of the film until the end, from the beginning to the end. Because you could say, oh, I love what I did in 2009, but what do I think in 2012? I was not sure I will like what I did. And when you look the scene I shot, 3 years sooner, you say, I'm not sure I want to do the same, and I'm not sure if I to do a reshoot, some close-up, I will do the same, but I will do something different.
Wow. I
So
mean,
that was,
that's remarkable. That is remarkable to go back to be working on something that long. I mean, you're almost like a different person after a few years, you know. You change in so many ways. The fact that you're looking at your work that has to be then edited. I mean, the editor of the film must have had such a challenge as well putting that film together.
yeah,
But
because we shot we shot 365 days on the film.
wow.
So you try to imagine 1 million feet of film, and even when I discovered the film at the end, it was a surprise because the way Kawai makes the choice in the edit and to tell a story is a completely different way of many directors.
Mm,
So it was a great surprise, and for this reason, to make this film was already, I would say, an achievement for so long.
yeah.
It was something different. Yeah.
Now, speaking of putting the film together, you've probably been asked this before, but there are two versions of the film. There's a version for local audiences and a version for international or perhaps American audiences. Did you have any say in how those two versions were edited, or what do you think about the two versions?
I think they have 3 versions. Is one for
Oh, three.
Europe, one for Asia, and one for
Wow.
America. They give you a different aspect. I remember when we talk about Kawaii, about the Chinese version, and one scene when not on the he didn't want to put at the beginning on the Europe version or American, and we talk about is on the film Kawaii's movie is a lot of memory and timeless and remember, and the scene at the end with Zhang Zi to remember his childhood with his father, and I think it was a very important scene for me. Is remember Proust. And it was something beautiful about his work, on Wong Kar-wai's work. So I said you should put this scene back on the movie. And what he did, so every cut on this movie bring different element of all this character, and I think I love all of them because is something different and new for me. And I will say I will wait with the impatience the fourth version because
Mm.
up here some scene is disappear and couldn't happen for some reason. And Kawai's like on the shoot is always to make it better and better and better. For me, Kawai is like a calligrapher or painter
Yeah.
doing the same gesture every day and to try to make it better.
Mm. How much of the film or the shots that you put together were visual effects based, and how much of it was actually put together on the set?
Most of the scene, everything is on the set. The main scene we have special effects is a fighting sequence with a train station,
Yeah.
and they did the train when the train is moving on CGI. So we shot like 3 weeks again green screen, but that's it. Most of the shots in camera. Perhaps the funeral. There are some character at the end, and they clean a little bit the background.
Mhm.
But most of the
And also,
direct.
I'm also wondering about what you would call your favorite scene of the film. Like, what was there one scene in particular that you're very proud of your particular work?
Wow, I think all of them is a very hard choice. Now, when you sing with train station, we shot for 2 months, and the rain sequence at the beginning of the film we shot for 1 month, and
Wow.
the scene with Zhang Zi training on the snow. I love that scene because it's almost the first scene of the movie we shot, and we did a lot of tests, before, but how to shoot a fighting sequence and make a lot of research through, go from Kurosawa, going to Raging Bull, going to, you know, dancing ballet with William Forsythe, and we find at one point, I guess, through this scene, the key how to shoot the fighting sequence.
I want to talk about the category for a little while. Recent winners of the Oscar for cinematography have been for very effects-heavy digital and 3D works like Avatar and Life of Pi. Do you think it's fair to judge films like that alongside more traditional work that is shot on film?
I think all this, if you talk about proud, all these cinematographers should be proud because they have a strong element of the CG work. I don't think so. As a cinematographer, you shoot a movie against blue screen or whatever, and you say to these people, take my work and do what you want to do. I think the involvement of all these cinematographers was strong, and when you look Gravity, the work is amazing, and it brings something different on the future regarding camera movement. So no, I would not never put a judgment on that way. I don't think so. It would be very fair. I think all the techniques have to be on the field, and I'm very glad when all these people win. I think that that's a very normal approach.
Hmm. What is your view generally on the trend away from film? Are you happy to work in different mediums?
Yeah, I think we are very lucky because we are living a revolution about how to tell a story, and that's the main thing for cinematographer to say, I know the film, I know this best friend for a long, long, long time, but now we can try something different, and that open a big window to something different.
Yeah. Over the years, has there been a particular work by a cinematographer that you have absolutely loved and admired, or that has influenced your work at all?
You can think about Stanley Kvitz. You can think about Victorio Storaro. You can think about Roger Dickens. You can think about Conrad Hall. So yes, yes, of course, yes.
And with the cinematographers that you're nominated with, you mentioned the work on Gravity. Have you seen the other films nominated in your category?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All, I didn't see Nebraska. I didn't have a chance. I'm gonna look this week, but all of them are beautiful. And I know Bruno Delbonnel because I know him when I was living in France, and he's a very, very nice person and very talented person. So no, it's a great challenge, I would say,
Yeah,
this year.
absolutely. I want to, before we wrap up, I just want to say that the cinematographers branch of the Academy really should be commended for looking at your work and nominating it. When I saw the film, especially my favorite scene is the rain scene towards the beginning of the film, I immediately thought, gee, I hope Oscar voters see this because it really deserves to be nominated. I'm so happy that they nominated it. And so we wish you all the best for Oscar night
Uh, yes, that's very
and
nice. Thank you.
congratulations.
Yeah, that's very nice. Thank you very much. It was very nice to talk to you. So enjoy your day in Australia.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much for the talk. Thank you. Bye.